You find yourself in a spot where you're about to marry the love of your life. That should be the happiest time, right?
So happy. Getting married? Absolutely.
But there's a hiccup here in...
For when you're so desperate you turn to the worst possible place. This is the Love Doctors on the Playhouse in the morning.
By the way, you ever have one of these #love problems? Submit it on the Be the Playhouse page at y94.com, and we'll do our best. It's Love Doctors, Love Doctors. You're the love gurus. I am marrying the love of my life in a couple of weeks. She's amazing, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with her, but there's something that is just eating away at me. Last week, she got fired for sexual harassment.
Doing what? We need more details.
When I asked what happened, because that surprised me, she said a male coworker was stressed out, so she walked up behind him and gave him a neck massage. She insists that's all it was, and she thought she was genuinely doing something nice. That in itself made me kind of uncomfortable, but I don't believe you'd get fired just for that. I guess the coworker filed a complaint with the HR, but because they have a zero tolerance policy for sexual harassment, she was terminated. She says even they were like, wish we didn't have to do this, but that's how the policy reads, and we have to be equal for everybody. I have a lot of questions. One, if that's a true story, do I marry somebody that would do that? Two, do you think that's the true story?
I almost do believe it is the true story, but I wonder if it's like 3 marks and you're out. Like, has she touched other people before? Like, and I don't mean like touch in a pervy, gross way. I mean genuinely like lay her hands on people. I think there are some people that are more handsy than others. I could never imagine coming over and like rubbing your shoulders. That's so weird.
Same, and I just don't want to be touched. So that I would already be like, please stop.
So I do think it's weird because it is a workplace environment, and while there are people who are more handsy, I still think it's strange that she would massage someone. I would believe her, but I don't know. That's weird. I wonder if she's like made this guy uncomfortable before, and he's like, this is the last straw.
Which it kind of sucks to know that you're marrying somebody that is, apparently that way in the workplace. Maybe this is a good eye-opening lesson for her. It is one of those ones, though, where I know if we flip the genders on this, and some girl was like, man, do I marry a guy that was just fired because he was rubbing up and giving her neck massages at work, and she complained? Like, I know that we'd probably have a lot more questions. So it's probably worth a little more conversation. Tell me about your relationship with this guy. Do you often give neck massages? Why did you think that was a good idea? That's an inappropriate thing to do. I don't really want the person I'm getting married to giving massages to random people.
Why did you say, is that someone you really want to marry? You're acting like she is this dirty, inappropriate woman. She just gave a guy a shoulder massage. I'm assuming both of their clothes were on.
Neck massages are the gateway touch, Amy.
Yeah, what? Like, I agree.
Would you be cool with Steven giving neck massages to random women at work?
No, I do think it's weird.
Or she'd lose a hand.
I do think it's so strange. I'll agree to that, but you're making it like that type of woman. Like, you're making her sound terrible.
Weird.
But is it in her character? Is she like a handsy person where she like always is like putting her arms around people?
Groping everyone.
Because, and you're taking it to a different extreme.
That is weird,
if she is a handsy's person, then I would believe that the neck massage thing really happened. I do think you should have some more follow-up questions. Like, it really was just a massage. How often are you doing that to other people? Like, now let's kind of, like you teach children, keep your hands to yourself.
Is there a way to see this policy? Like, our companies, do they post that kind of thing on the internet? Could you do some research and just confirm that exists?
I wonder if you could just call the company and be like, hey, I'm marrying so-and-so, and she told me about this. Can you guys just tell me, is this really what happened? Would they give you that info?
I don't know. That's just a weird enough phone call that you kind of wonder if they'd be like, well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know if they could. Can they just say yes or no? I don't know if they can go into the details.
Maybe you can get transferred to that guy and say, hey, recently, did you get a neck massage from my fiance?
Yeah, is that all it was? What happened?
Love doctors, young love gurus. My wife and I need you to settle an argument. She bought a salon package that has her going to the salon pretty regularly, but she is going on a vacation with me here in a couple of weeks. It is summertime, and we're going on a vacation somewhere tropical. I think it's so silly that she is tanning to go on vacation when she could just either go outside right now in the sun or get tan if that's not enough when we're on vacation. Is this a common thing women do? Because she says it is.
I'm not a fan of tanning beds just as a pale ginger, so I'm not helpful there. However, I do know it is a thing. Like, people tan all year long and she's already in this yearly package, or if she just bought it. I know certain tanning places in town were doing 4th of July and summer sales, so she got a better deal on it if she just bought it now. And I know sometimes you have to get like the base tan kind of before you go so you don't burn.
So it's not an irregular thing that she's doing?
Yeah, I don't think it's...
People do this?
Yeah, I think that it's normal.
Yeah, I guess if it's for the vacation that's in a couple of weeks, the problem resolves itself in a couple of weeks.
But is she going to keep the package, or is it done once you're back from vacation? Maybe that's what you need to ask her about. And then is she keeping it? How much more is that going to cost? Kind of look into that. Talk about your finances.
What's the one you do? The
Spray tan?
Yeah, the graffiti tan.
It's not a graffiti tan. It's you literally stand in this machine box square thing, and it just goes up and down. Shh. Put your legs on. Put your toes on number 4 and your heels on number 3.
Does it talk to you?
Yeah, it tells you how to stand and
nice.
turn and drawing now.
This might shock you. I've never gotten one of these, so I don't know. And lastly, Love Doctors, the other love gurus. My girlfriend and I broke up a couple of weeks ago, but while we were on vacation, a trip to Jamaica that I paid for. I booked to think it would help our relationship that felt to be falling apart, and for a while I thought it was, but on the last day of our break, she said, you know what, this really isn't working, and broke up with me. Why we're fighting, though, is I think now, since I paid for it, she does owe me a significant chunk of change, since she probably knew going into it that it was never going to work, and just was there for the free ride. How do I get money out of her for this trip?
Well, you would have to ask. She broke up with you on the vacation.
That sucks.
She couldn't wait till you guys got back.
At Hector.
I mean, even then probably would have been better. On the trip, terrible. No, I do think that's fair to ask. During the trip, clearly something happened. We already weren't doing the greatest, and you ended things, paid for half of it.
It would be nice if she would. I don't know how you'd ever force the issue short of going on Judge Judy or something. I do think that even at the baggage carousel would have been a better conversation than literally on the trip. Like, even if you think that's going to happen, but you're like, this is the last-ditch effort to try to save this relationship, go do that then.
I think at least try to enjoy the trip as much as possible. I don't think you break up at the airport. Maybe like the next morning once you're back and you're like unpacking your things. You're like, we had a lot of fun, but obviously things still aren't working out. Like, I don't think you do it on the trip. What?
Yeah, that would be a rough go at time to do it. I mean, at least there's alcohol, I guess.
Someone said that you should get a spray tan.
Nobody wants to see that, do
Why?
they?
Tomorrow they're on sale. Tuesdays and Thursdays, best days to go.
On my bald head?
I'm going to go get a spray tan tomorrow. You want to come with?
Could the machines, is there two next to each other so we can talk?
No, they're separate ones. I'll stand outside of
man.
the room. You get your own room, private, a lock, and then you go into the machine and it will tell you what to do. I'll also give you a little rundown prior. You should. You could be so tan for Jason Derulo.
Could I look like Jason Derulo? Because that's really the look I'm going for.
I don't think that would work.
Oh, man.